Alright, Lancer, so 2 weeks ago we started a new challenge on the channel, speedrunning every new Senkaimon tower. In this case, we went back to our roots doing Tower of Forging, where we took our overall clear time from 27 minutes all the way down to 6 minutes and 44 seconds. It was a massive success, and while I wasn't going for a world record clear time, I do want to, for the most part, try and get most of our clear times under 10 minutes. And in this case, we're now tackling the next Senkaimon tower, Tower of Ordeals, where our current time is 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's see how far we can lower that with our newfound characters, basically 4 years later. So starting off our speedrun, in this case we are using 1000 Year Blood War Ichigo. Previously I was using Tag Team Renji, and while Renji does do the job of beating the tower, we're trying to go for a fast, super fast clear time in fact. So in this case we're trying to bring our fastest characters, and of course our current fastest character, especially those that met the requirement, was 1000 Year Blood War Ichigo. Ichigo is a great character for speedrun Senkaimon, and you're definitely going to see him show up quite a few times in this video and also future videos, because he does come with 3 flash steps, long stride, and also has a high damage output with a great kit. It allows us to clear the first 2 stages very quickly and snipe the stage boss with 1 strong attack, and with that we were able to beat this particular stage in under 10 seconds. And in the potential possibility that I do need to use Ichigo again, we beat the stage once more, this time with Lisa, because I know I'm not going to use her after this stage. This way, if Ichigo does need to be used, he'll be ready to go. Moving on to stage 2, we're now using Spirits of Ever-Yukinpachi. Again, a very similar character to Ichigo, really high damage output, and in this case he does lack a tad bit mobility, so because of that, to compensate, we did give him Long Stride as a bonus ability. But lucky for him, even though he's only 1 out of 5, his damage is still good enough for us to clear fast, so we're doing the usual strategy, going in, using our strong attack on stage 1, soul bombing on the second stage, and that should hopefully leave us with enough strong attacks, in this case our SA2 and also SA1, to do enough damage to the boss. Unfortunately, the boss this time was a power character, so we did have attribute advantage, and because of that, that meant we had to use 2 strong attacks instead of the usual 1. But regardless, we were able to clear his quest in under 15 seconds, was mainly trying to go for under 10 seconds here, but for now, we'll take it as it is. On to stage 3, this was a very exciting stage zone that I was looking forward to, mainly because I get to whip out Kanfi on World Aaroniero. Of course, very similar to Kenpachi, this character does not come with Long Stride, so we had to compensate by giving him that as his bonus ability. Now, we did take a few attempts to get this particular run, mainly due to the fact that Aaroniero does not have Havoc, so I had to get to a certain position to use my strong attacks, but after we cleared the first 2 stages, we went into the final boss, used 2 strong attacks, and then now goes down, clearing stage 3 in under 10 seconds. Stage 4 was kind of an annoying stage, and we're going to see this quite a bit as we do go onto this Senkaimon tower, where I kind of forgot about this, but there are actual traps that would stop you from flash stepping, sometimes using your strong attacks, and sometimes in this case using your soul bomb. So our usual strategy of using our strong attacks in stage 1, soul bomb in stage 2, and then strong attacks in stage 3, it almost didn't work here. Lucky enough though, Yamamoto being the character that he is, we went into the second room of this particular stage, sniped the trap with our SA1, and that then allowed us to use our soul bomb when we went into the final room, and all we had to do was use our SA2. The strong attack didn't kill in the initial hit, but with the added vortex, we were able to clear this particular stage in under 10 seconds. 9 seconds to be exact. Stage 5 was a ridiculously easy quest. In this case, it's a nightmare boss rush where we're only going against 3 characters, 3 power no affiliation characters. The stage wanted us to bring a speed character with no affiliation killer, so of course we brought 7th Anniversary Uryu. This was a stage that I used to struggle with back in the day. I think a lot of people struggled on this stage, mainly because there wasn't that many good speed no affiliation killers, but obviously 5 to 4 years later, that now isn't really a thing, and Uryu breezed through this stage where we actually cleared in under 6 seconds. But I knew I could actually clear faster because in the first initial room I did take a hit, so we attempted the quest again, and in that case I beat it in 4 seconds. Onwards to stage 6, we are now using the Arena Tsukushima. On our first attempt, we actually weren't killing the enemies as fast enough. Despite him matching all the rules, I didn't think he was doing enough damage. So what I had to do to make sure he could do enough damage is that we gave him level 10 SP, and we also gave him level 20 link shots. I didn't mind it, I had the materials sitting there, he is a good character nonetheless, so it was actually a decent investment. And upon attempting the quest again with our newfound powered up Tsukushima, we were able to clear relatively quick, once more clearing the quest and under our goal, under 10 seconds, in this case 9-second run. Stage 7 is another nightmare boss rush going against 3 power Soripers, and in this particular stage, we want to bring a holo character on. So of course, to have a super easy time beating this stage, we brought the best holo character in the game, 6th Anniversary Aizen. He had no problem clearing this stage. We did give him Long Stride to again compensate for the lack of Long Stride, and we were able to beat this particular stage in under 8 seconds. On stage 8, coincidentally, they also wanted us to bring another hot holo character, so in this case, we of course brought 6th Anniversary Aizen again. He got locked on the previous stage, so we had to go back and clear it with someone else, but now Aizen is free to go, and he absolutely, once more, dominated the stage. Kind of funny that I remember this particular quest being quite annoying, mainly because the stuck on the second room would always spam his SA3, and you can actually see in this particular run that he actually hits us once more with that SA3. But since we're using Aizen, we can heal up with our Soul Bomb, and we went into the final room, one-shot Baragon, and cleared in 6 seconds. Stage 9 was probably one of the more annoying stages, mainly for the fact that this time the traps were actually disabling strong attacks, and since we're using SP characters, this really is kind of annoying. The idea here is that you want to use a NAD character, but realistically there aren't that many good NAD characters, at least with a Ranka killer. So what I did was I went back to stage 4, re-unlocked Yamamoto so I could use him again on this particular stage, and then we put Yama to work. The idea for this particular quest was to go and flash step to wherever the trap was, hit the trap 5 times with our normal attack string, and then finish off the boss with one strong attack. Luckily for the damage that we could dish out with this particular Yamamoto, it wasn't too bad, and despite us being held back by the fact that we had to destroy the traps, we were still able to beat this stage very quick, in this case getting a 12-second clear time, which given the fact that we couldn't use strong attacks, I think that's actually really good. And remember how I said stage 9 was probably one of the more annoying quests? Maybe this one is actually more annoying. In stage 10, we weren't able to use our flash steps, unless we destroyed the trap. Luckily though, we are able to use our normal attacks, and we are able to use our strong attacks and Soul Bomb, so it wasn't that bad, but still not being able to flash step was quite annoying. Originally, I tried to beat this with Noelle, but it didn't really work out, and instead I opted in to use 7th Anniversary Ichigo. In addition to that, I also gave Ichigo a speed stick, so we have that 50% extra movement speed, since for the most part we won't be able to use our flash steps. And so even with those drawbacks, we were able to go through this stage relatively quick, using 2 strong attacks in the first room, Soul Bomb on the second room, and then finish up the boss, Christian's Urudu, in 11 seconds. Stage 11 was another boss rush, and they wanted us to bring a power Aranka. So of course, in this case, to match most of the requirements, I did decide to bring in the Arena Grimmjow. Originally, he wasn't doing enough damage, so I quit the quest and then powered up my Grimmjow so we could have level 10 attack, focus, and also SP. And with that newfound upgrade, we were able to go through the quest, beat it relatively quickly in just 8 seconds. And to be fair, that's on the tad bit slower side since it is a boss rush stage, but it's still a good clear time nonetheless, so we took it and moved on to stage 12. And for stage 12, we brought up with Ichigo, a very smooth first room where we were just able to use 1/3 strong attack, and that completely wiped out everyone. For our second room, following the same strategy that we've been doing for most of the stages, just using our Soul Bomb, and that meant going into the final boss, in this case Ganju, all we had to do was use 2 strong attacks. Despite the run being super easy and also quite straightforward, it actually did take me a few attempts to actually get this particular run, and we were able to finish the final boss with 2 strong attacks and therefore getting a 10-second clear time. Stage 13 definitely been a contender for one of the easier stages. In this case, we had to bring a Mind of No Affiliation character, so of course we brought the Mind version of the world, and she went through this quest super easy. It was a boss rush stage, only going against 3 bosses, and we were able to beat this stage in just under 7 seconds. For the next stage, stage 14, we had to bring the arena version of Grimmjow, so we had to go back to a previous stage, beat it with another character, and then we were able to use Grimmjow for this stage. And in this case, it was a very straightforward quest. Went in, just used my strong attacks, went to the final boss, which in this case was Rangaku, and unfortunately I wasn't able to kill her with 1 strong attack, so we had to add an extra couple seconds to our overall clear time. But after the second strong attack was used, Rangaku went down, and we were able to beat this quest in 11 seconds. Stage 15 was the infamous boss rush stage, where we had to go against 3 human characters, and the bonus for this stage was literally just 20 times killer effect. And at the time of the release of this Senkaimon, it was really annoying because there was only 1 character, maybe 2 at the time of the release, that you could use to beat this stage relatively fast. But lucky for us, years later, we finally have access to the 6-star version of Geo, and we were able to use him. A high normal attack damage dealing character. He went through it relatively quick, and this character already had great mobility to begin with, so I didn't even have to give him much. I just went in, beat the stage, and we were able to clear the stage in 7 seconds. Stage 16 disabled our normal attacks, but lucky for us, of course, we're using SP characters, so it didn't bother us much. For this stage, I brought the Safui version of Shinji. He basically matched all the rules, so he was getting the highest damage output possible. We gave him long stride to compensate for his lack of long stride, and we were able to go through this quest relatively easy once more, beating this particular stage in just under 10 seconds, getting a 9-second clear time. Stage 17 was a great floor for our overall clear time. We wanted to bring a heart character with the Captain Killer, so in this case, we did bring 6th Anniversary Aizen. He was locked on a previous stage, so I had to go back and use Momo for that stage. Might as well, right? Freeing up her captain. But Aizen at that point was free to be unleashed against these captains, and we were able to go through this stage, clearing it in literally 5 seconds. Amazing clear time. Aizen again putting in the work quite a bit in this particular tab. I think this is the 3rd time we've used him, so not too bad. For stage 18, we wanted to bring a Technique Hollow. So of course, in this case, our best character is going to be Arbok Ichigo. And since he was already locked on a previous stage, we had to go back, clear that stage with another character. Then we brought Arbok Ichigo in, and he went through it very, very quickly, using our SA3 to completely annihilate that first room, Soul Bomb to wipe up the second room, and only 1 strong attack to take down the boss, which in that case was the past version of Lisa. Overall, for stage 18, we got a 2nd clear time. Stage 19 15,000 year blood weight Ichigo is back, and lucky for us, we actually already had him unlocked because I was certain we would have to use him again, and in this case, basically matched all the rules, was a perfect character for this situation. Went in, used our strong attacks, very similar strategy. Second room, we just soul bombed, and the third room, we had to use 2 strong attacks to put the boss down, but we were able to easily dodge their soul bomb, get Riichiyo out of here, and getting a 13-second clear time. Then we came across the infamous stage, Floor 20, and this stage was designed for the power version of Aizen, so much so that this character's nickname for many years, and a lot of people would still call this character Floor 20 Aizen, for the sole purpose because at release, he was the only character that could safely beat this. Everyone else, and there was basically like a handful of characters that you could potentially use to beat this stage, really struggled to go against it, and it was by far one of the biggest hurdles for many players attempting this particular Senkaimon Tower. Now, funny enough, almost 4 years later, Floor 20 Aizen is still the best character to use here, so he's claiming his title as Floor 20 Aizen. No one's apparently taking that away from him. I tried to use some other Power Hollow characters, but they weren't clearing nearly as fast, and since I already had Aizen Max Transcended, we went to the stage, tried a different strategy that I did, 4 years ago, and we were able to clear this really quick, getting a 13-second clear time. And I must say, it was quite nostalgic going through this stage again with the same exact character, and it was really sweet that he was still the best character for this stage. Floor 20 Aizen will always be remembered. Stage 21 definitely going down as one of my more fun stages for the main purpose because I brought back Cornfield Aaroniero. I can't believe that I'm actually using him to speedrun a certain Senkaimon Tower, and in this case, we didn't get to use him once, but twice. And in this particular stage, he went through it really quick, using 2 strong attacks to clear the first room. Second room was actually very straightforward, just using our soul bomb, and then going into our final room using our boss killer SA2, we were able to suck up Ichigo and then push him back out, putting him down on the floor, clearing stage 21 in 9 seconds because of the 9 for Sparta. For stage 22, we brought in the 3rd anniversary Aaroniero. This stage was actually designed for him, so he was the perfect character for this particular stage. Unfortunately though, he wasn't doing nearly enough damage to try and get a fast clear time, a clear time that we wanted to get. So what I had to do, I had to go back to this 3rd anniversary Aaroniero, get him to level 10 SP, take him to T20 link shots, give him the long stride and also the full stamina, and with that newfound upgrade, we're able to go back into this stage and beat all 3 bosses very quick, getting an 8-second clear time. Stage 23 wanted us to bring a speed character with a no affiliation killer. That was also a no affiliation. I remember actually using Quincy Ichigo back on this stage when it first came out, and even with him meeting the requirements, it was still quite a slow clear time. Now in this case, we did use the speed version of the world, the Christmas version, and she was able to go through it really quick, getting an 11-second clear time, but upon reflection, I realized that I didn't give this character long stride, so I gave her long stride and then redid the quest, and with that, we were able to beat in under 10 seconds, getting exactly 9 seconds. The things we do for a 2-second improvement. Stage 24 saw these strong attack traps return. Was kind of annoying because again, with our strategy, this does slow us down by a couple seconds, but we did decide to bring these spirits off with you Yoruichi. She's a very fast character, and we were able to do the same strategy that we did with Yamamoto a couple stages ago, just locate the trap, quickly destroy our normal attacks, and then quickly finish the stage with our strong attacks. Lucky for us, the final room did actually have the trap spawning straight away, so we were able to quickly destroy that, use our strong attack to take down Baragon, and we got a 15-second clear time. Definitely looking to be one of our slower clear times when compared to the rest of the stages, but again, 15 seconds is respectable, so we took it and moved on to the final stage, stage 25. And stage 25, despite being the final stage of the tower, was probably one of the more easier stages. It was a boss rush stage. We wanted to bring a speed human character, so of course we brought 7th anniversary Uryu. Although we did have to go back to the previous stage and beat that particular stage of Adashiro just to free up Uryu, and with Uryu being a new free man, we took him into stage 25 and got a super fast clear time, beating all 3 bosses in just 4 seconds. And with that, our journey to speedrun this Senkaimon Tower was finally done. And now it's finally time to answer the question, how fast did we complete this tower? Previously, we had a 16 minute and 20 second clear time, and now years later, going through this quest, trying to beat it as fast as possible, we beat it in under 5 minutes, getting a 3 minute and 44 second clear time. And that to me, for some reason, was quite shocking. I'm not sure what time I was expecting, but I also kind of find it funny that Tower of Forging, we beat in 6 minutes and 44 seconds, and then Tower of Ordeals, we beat exactly 3 minutes faster, 3 minutes and 44 seconds. And again, I just kind of find it funny how every tower is normally around 15-minute clear time, and then you have these 2 stages that have like a ridiculously fast clear time when compared to the rest, that it kind of looks like I was modding. But you have the proof here. We went through it legit, we worked on our characters, put in the work, and with that, we were able to get a sub 4-minute clear time on the Tower of Ordeals. And it's kind of funny, despite it getting a 4-minute clear time, this video was like over 15 minutes. But if you did make it to the end, I appreciate it. And for our next challenge, we're going to be tackling the Warriors Path Senkaimon Tower and try and beat that particular Senkaimon Tower in under 10 minutes. Try and get a similar clear time to Tower of Fortune. And for either that tower or Path of Valor, we're going to do on stream. So look forward to that. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.